I still remember the exact second my heart cracked open on what was supposed to be the happiest day of my life. My phone vibrated against my thigh as the stylist pinned the last pearl into my hair. One message from my mother: "Don't bother looking for US.no hearts, no apology, just those 5 cold words." I was Emily Harper, 28, in an ivory gown overlooking the cliffs of Big Sur. At first, I actually smiled, convinced it was her twisted idea of a prank. Moms don't do that, right? Not on your wedding day. But when the string quartet began and the barn doors swung wide, the groom's side was packed with smiling faces. Mine. Row after row of empty seats draped in lavender. No parents, no siblings, nobody. I locked eyes with Ryan Brooks, the man I'd loved since college, and forced my legs forward. We exchanged rings. We kissed. We danced under fairy lights like the photos would fool everyone. They didn't fool me. That night, barefoot in our suite, heels abandoned by the door, I finally opened Instagram. There they were. My entire family on a yacht off Cabo, tanned and laughing in coordinated white, clinking champagne. My mom's caption, "Blood is thicker than water," posted 3 hours earlier. Ryan held me while I stared until the screen blurred. "What are you thinking?" he whispered. I didn't answer. I just opened my laptop. For years I'd been the invisible engine keeping Harper Properties afloat. I was the one who caught the bookkeeping errors, renegotiated loans, covered my brother's failed startup debts. My parents hated details, so they'd long ago signed over joint authority on every account, business, trust, even the vacation cards they used freely. They called it helping. I called it survival. That night, I stopped helping. I froze the corporate cards mid-yacht rental. Paused transfers to the Family Opportunity Fund my brother was counting on for his next big scheme. Flagged every account for review and removed their remote access. By morning, charges in Mexico were declining left and right. 72 hours later, my mother was banging on our condo door in Portland, still wearing resort jewelry, face blotched with rage. "Emily, fix this now," she demanded the second I opened it. Not "I'm sorry." Not "how are you?" Just fury over declined spa treatments and the embarrassment of paying like normal people. I sipped my tea and watched her unravel. "You picked a boat over my wedding," I said quietly. "Now you get to feel what abandonment costs." She called me selfish, ungrateful, threatened to cut me out forever. I reminded her they'd already done that when they chose margaritas over vows. The fallout spread fast. My brother's lease fell through. Relatives suddenly couldn't shop on the company dime. Bills bounced. For the first time, they tasted the chaos I'd shielded them from for a decade. Then came the offers, through old family friends, of course. Bigger salary, fancy new title, everything restored. If I came back alone. If I left the modest history teacher who apparently embarrassed the Harper brand. I laughed in the messenger's face. Instead, I quietly sold my inherited shares to a competitor who'd been circling for years. One that valued my systems and actually wanted my input. The payout was life-changing. Theirs? A company suddenly short on cash flow and credibility. These days, Ryan and I hike foggy trails on weekends, phones on silent. I take on design projects that light me up. My family still sends frantic texts, voicemails full of blame and bargains. I let them go to voicemail. They thought skipping my wedding was their ultimate power move. They never imagined I'd finally use mine. And the best part? I sleep better than I ever did keeping their world spinning. Turns out freedom feels a lot like peace, and it's worth far more than any trust fund they ever controlled.